My name is Makasy, and today, as the title suggested, we're going to talk about this concept or misconception that is wearing all black is lazy, wearing all black is easy. Within the realm of fashion, there are a lot of style, there are sneakerheads, and these people, they tend to focus more on their sneakers, obviously, or their footwear. And with everything that they wear, it's about the emphasis is on their sneakers. So they generally don't wear wide-legged trousers, or if they do, they'll tuck it into their pants, even with their cargo trouser, which I know is popular in that sphere right now. Like they tuck in the cargo into the footwear so they can really show off the footwear, because like their footwear are really expensive, like $2,000-$3,000. They could be wearing like Nike X Off-White, Dior X Jordan 1, whatever footwear that they wear. So we have the sneakerhead, and we have people who they exclusively only wear colorful items, like they have zero garments in their wardrobe that is black. And these people are the people you see at the thrift store often, at like those hippie cafe where they charge you $9 for a latte or $90 for a coffee. But God forbid, if they go into a thrift store and it costs more than $3, they'll walk out. That's the group, that's this group right here. And then a sector of fashion is for people who only wear black. Within this sector, there seem to be two subcategories underneath. There are people who only wear black because like black is just easy, and like these people are not into fashion. So black is just very easy for them. They put it on and go without thinking. And then there are people who are into fashion that chooses to exclusively wear black. There's two separate groups. I want you to remember this for the entirety of the video. Like, it's gonna be a big point of emphasis in this video. And then then there's my friend John, who dresses like shit. So there's a lot of subcategory within the fashion world. What we're gonna focus today on, as the title suggested, we're gonna talk about the misconception that wearing all black is lazy, the misconception that wearing all black is easy. I will try to come up with some defenses for this, because I mainly wear black, as you can see by this outfit. And most of my closet is about 80% black and then 20% some colorful items. Like, I haven't totally switched to like everything in my closet must be black. Like, I still enjoy colors every now and then, but majority of my closet, the 80% of it is mainly black. All my trousers are black. What I hope to achieve by the end of this video is that we can bring some nuances into this conversation of wearing all black. And for all you dum out there, nuances is a subtle differences in shade, expression, or sound. So just nuances. We're gonna bring some nuances into this conversation. As a society, we tend to lump the color black into one singular idea, but when we talk about other items, we're a bit more broad. For example, for the color blue, we all have accepted there's copious amount of shades of blue because it's easier to look at. So for example, there are sky blue, navy blue, royal blue, aqua, aquafina, ocean blue, lake blue, puddle blue, midnight blue, midday blue, etc., etc. Like there's a lot of shade of blue. But with the color black, there are also shades of black, for example, but it's just less noticeable. So it's easier for us as a society to just sort of lump it all into one and just say all of the color black is simply just black. But again, the example of blue, like we accept that there are multiple shades of blue, and like a navy blue is so much more frowned upon than say a midnight blue. Okay, so back to the idea that wearing all black is lazy. I think this saying is generally coming from people who look at the people wearing black and they look at the first category that I talked about earlier, which is the people that chooses to wear black because it's easy and it's easily accessible for them. Like most stores, they carry mainly black clothing because it's easy, they put it on and go. And wearing black, like one of the pros of wearing black is that you don't have to worry about color clashing. And when you wear colorful stuff, like it's hard to wear red and blue. Another group that's typically share this sentiment that black is lazy, black is easy to wear, is the people that wear colorful items. And we should know that wearing colorful item is hard, but it's a different kind of hard. Like wearing colorful item is this hard, wearing all black is this hard. People that wear colorful garments, like they have to worry a lot about the clashing of like really expressive colors like red, blue, yellow. Like these colors are very hard on the eye, so like they have to worry about what shades or what other color goes with this really hot red or hot pink, whatever it is, whatever prominent color it is. With people who are into colorful garments, what I noticed is that, now this is just my personal opinion, what I noticed is that they worry less about like shape, material, and cut, and they worry a lot about the idea of clashing color and what color goes with what color. In a way, they don't have to worry about the shape, the material, or the cut, because like the color is such a big stimulant on the eyes of the public that like it affords them to have, it affords them to worry less about color. It's like New Yorkers, you know, like the city that they're from, like it does a lot of heavy lifting for their shit personality, so they don't have to actually get a real personality, you know. To help with my point today is that we're going to look at two designers. We're going to look at Yohji Yamamoto, and we're going to look at Jeremy Scott's Mosquito. Yohji is notorious for using the color black in his shows, and Jeremy Scott's Mosquitoes, it's the total opposite. It's like he's allergic to the color black. Like, he just hates the color black. He just loves his colorful stuff, which is fine, you know. It's just all about preferences. Now, here's a quote from Yohji Yamamoto that I really like, so I'll put the photo up right now. Man, that was like super insightful. Like, I feel so inspired right now. Like, I just want to go run through a wall right now for that man. Like, generally speaking, Yohji set up a parameter for how he's going to design a collection. The majority of the collection will be black, and with a slight hint of like possibly white, maybe some brown, and red. Yohji loves the color red, but he doesn't put it in often, but it's there sometimes. And white, the color white is there sometimes, but mainly it's black. Now, when you limit yourself to a degree of like one singular color, it makes you focus more on other aspects of the garment. When everything is already black, you focus more on the shape, you focus more on the material, you focus more on the cut, you focus more on how drapey this certain garment is. Like the detail on the shoulder, you'll pay attention more to that. The length of the sleeves. Another thing that you've noticed, or at least I've noticed, is that designers who generally use black, like they do have like articles of clothing that plays into the conventional shape, but since they're limiting themselves to this singular color, they play more with new shapes. So I find that people like Yohji, with CDG, with Rick Owens, like these people, they have come up with newer shape. They have come up with new shapes more so than designers like Moschino or Raf Simons, or who else? Versace, Dior. Like, okay, the work at Dior, I find it to be quite boring because it's just like nothing about it is new. It's just the shape is still conventional shape of like, if you look at a coat from Dior, you can tell that it's a coat. But if you look at a bomber jacket from Rick Owens, you can be like, now is that a bomber jacket, or is that a regular jacket, or is that a something? It's like the shape that Rick Owens uses is just, or the shape that Rick Owens have came up with, it's just so different from the conventional shape of a jacket. These designers, Rick Owens, Yohji, Ray, like they deconstruct the conventional shape and then they make new ones. Whether it's fraying, whether it's how unfinished it is, whether how overworked the garment will be. Like when I say overworked, I mean like, are they gonna make the sleeve, one of the sleeve extra long on purpose, or are they gonna make one extra short on purpose? No. Are they gonna make one of the sleeve extra long on purpose? Are they gonna oversaturate one side of the garment? Like there'll be two sleeve here, one sleeve here. You know what I'm talking about. I hope you do. I hope I'm making sense. So this is why I believe that these designers who set up the parameter, that is like they use mainly the color black, so like they have more time to focus more on shape. That's why I think these designers tend to push up more newer shapes. Like this is why you see more newer shapes from CDG, from Yohji, from Rick, and you don't see a lot of like newer shape from like Moschino or Versace. You know, they're very conventional, and which is fine. You know, like some people just want regular clothes, but for people who are bored with the conventional shape, people like me, we want to see something new in the shape, not just in color, because like color has been done a lot more than shapes. Okay, but again, to reiterate my point is that Rick Owens or Yohji, they have created more shapes than designer like Jeremy Scott or Hedi Slimane, like Celine. Like it's great. Like I like some of their collections, but it's just like A bomber jacket looks like a bomber jacket. A coat is a coat. A shirt is a shirt. Let's look at Rick Owens' banana knit. Like, this is completely new. Something totally new. And then let's look at Celine, like a sweater from Celine. There's just more innovation here. This one is a bit more conventional. There's nothing wrong with it, but I prefer this one. Like, you know, Hedi Slimane, he designed within the box, whereas Rick Owens, he designed outside the box, and then he put Tyrone in a pair of Kiss boots and then have Tyrone pee on that box. Now, I'm not saying like designer like Jeremy Scott, when he designed stuff for Moschino, I'm not saying that they don't consider these things, but just like New Yorkers, like the colors, there's a lot of heavy lifting. The city where they're from, there's a lot of heavy lifting for their shit personality. So that way they can afford to like not pay as much attention to the finer detail because the color does a lot of talking for them. And they can steer your attention away from those details towards the crazy colorful combination or a really bright color like red or orange, you know? Your brain can only take so much stimulant. This is a good example to compare this to is that like magicians who is predominantly in the field of sleight of hand. It's more so about like playing with your brain because your brain can only take so much information. When they tell you to focus on this hand right here, they'll do something with this hand where you don't notice it and like something will happen here, or they toss this card from this hand to that hand while you're paying attention to this hand. I hope you know what I mean. I'm not a magician, clearly. And magicians, and in some case designer, they are able to do this because they understand the psychology of your brain, of our brains. When you see a Yoji show and all you see is black, you look a bit deeper. You pay closer attention to the finer detail. You look at the shoulder, you look at the length of the sleeve, you look at the material, you look at how each fabric is like flowing, connecting to one another. Like the pants, like how drapey is it? Like how does the pants like fit with the boots that he chose? How does the sweater or the blazer or the coat, like how do they interact with the other material? Because like since there's not a lot of color, like your brain can focus more. But the downside of that is that some people would just dismiss the show completely. Like they just said, oh, it's all black. Like why does it cost so much? It's all black. Well, I don't like this show. I don't understand this show. But it just like, you just have to look a bit deeper into the show to see the finer detail, to see why it took them so long to create this, to see why it's worthy of our attention span as much as like say a show from Dior or Versace or Moschino with all their crazy colors. But again, like with Moschino, like you're so mesmerized with the use of like crazy combo colors that you pay less attention to the finer details. Now, okay, so let's look at the Moschino show again. Let's look. So the show that I'm choosing to focus on is
Moschino Fall Winter 2016.
Now, this show right here, there's a lot of crazy color. Now, let's just imagine that it's all black right now. If it's just all black, the collection wouldn't look as good. Do you know what I mean? Because like a coat is shaped exactly like a coat, and when you take away all these colors and then you look at the finer detail, there aren't a lot. It just the coat is conventionally a coat. A jacket is conventionally a jacket. A pair of trousers, the way it sits with this loafer, the way it sits with these boots, it looks like every other thing that has been done before. So it looks a bit more bland. In my opinion, I prefer to see like what the designer do with the shapes and the material more so than the color. The color doesn't impress me so much. Though I admire its use of color, I can also make an ignorant statement like, oh, they're just throwing every color possible onto the collection just to keep us distracted from looking at the finer detail. Now, that is a wrong statement. This is a multi-million-dollar fashion house. Like, they probably like consider every aspect of it because it's all about the sale, you know. If they put, I'm sure like with this coat right here, the color combination, I'm sure they have like 10 different variations with 10 different color, you know, like they consider it all before they pick this look for the final look. Okay, anyway, so my point for this segment is that, you know, you get more new shapes from Rick Owens, from Yoji, from CDG. Mainly, the reason that you get newer shapes and better use of material is that they, since their parameter is like limited to one color, they have to focus on other aspects to make their collection stand out among the all black, you know. So it just they have more time to look at the finer details. Now I'm gonna use an example. So I know I've talked about Yoji, but I personally don't own anything Yoji because they're quite expensive and they generally don't go into the sale. Or when they do, like Yoji fans, like they're very, very die hard. So like they buy Yoji stuff at retail, and like a coat from Yoji is like $2,000, $3,000. And when they do go on sale, they go on sale by 10%. So it's like $1,600 for a coat, and it will be bought out right away from the Yoji diehard. So I haven't owned anything. I would love to. I like a lot of what Yoji does, like, but it's just not in my budget right now. Maybe in the near future, or when I'm in my 30s or 40s, wherever that may be. But so I'm gonna use Rick Owens for example. So let's look at my doll jacket. Now, what the description says when this was on sale on, I believe it was on the rickowens.eu website. It said this is a bomber jacket, but okay, I'm gonna put the photo of the doll jacket right now and a photo of a conventional bomber jacket. Do you see how different it is? Like, do you see the shape? Do you see how out of the box the doll jacket is compared to a regular, conventionally shaped bomber jacket? I do believe, now this is purely my opinion, this whole video is purely my opinion. There's not a lot of facts here, I'm just talking shit out of my ass. I do believe that if Rick were to if Rick would have a similar philosophy as Jeremy Scott, as Moschino, like, and focus more on the color, like, he will have time to focus less on new shapes. So then, like, if Rick were to have the same philosophy as Moschino, I feel like he would not create as many new shapes, like the banana knit, like this doll jacket, like the Rick Owen and Montclair Hickoville jacket. Like, I just believe that because there's only so much time in a day, and when you focus on the color so much, you have less time to focus on the finer details. Okay, so let's come back to this. Let's come back to the title of this video, which is about the misconception that is wearing all black is lazy, wearing all black is easy. You know, as stated earlier, there are two subcategories within the people that wear black. The people that wear black mainly because it's easily accessible, and they generally don't care about fashion. They just want to put something on and leave the house, and don't have to worry about like the color clashing, blah 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 blah. And then there are people into fashion who chooses to wear all black. We're gonna focus on this group right here. First, I need to say something. So, in my opinion, wearing all black is okay, but like wearing all gray, I think that's wrong. Because okay, wearing all black can be unsubconscious, you know, you just put on an outfit and go. But wearing all gray, I feel like you actively chooses to wear all black. So I feel like you try a bit harder. Is that just me? Is that just a me thing? I hope not. I hope I'm not the only one. Like, if you agree with me, please let me know. If you disagree, let me know also. Like, let's start a conversation, you know, let's start a dialogue. Okay, so back to the point. So we're gonna focus on the second group, people who actually chooses to wear only all black. People who are into fashion, people who look into like runways a little bit here and there. They're not just like, fashion, whatever, I just put on clothes to get out of the house. So with these people, they all set up a parameter for themselves, which is a singular color, black. So it would be black boots, black trousers, black shirt. So when you think about it that way, these people, they have to pay attention to the finer detail as well. So instead of color clashing, they have to think about fabric clashing, you know, because like sometimes a certain fabric doesn't look good with another fabric. Like if you wear a wrinkly trousers and you go in for this flowy vibe and then you wear like a structured blazer, it doesn't look right. Your pants are flowy, but your jacket is like stiff. So like, it's like wearing a flowy trouser and like a leather jacket. It's like, it doesn't make sense, but sometimes it works. But the idea is that these people, they have to worry about the fabric clashing, because like they don't have to worry about the color clashing. So they have to worry about the way these trousers can sit on these boots, the way the shirt interact with the pants. Like if they wear a blazer or a coat, like how will the coat interact with the boots, interact with the trousers? Like, for example, when you wear wide-legged trousers, like should you wear the tabbies because the tabbies are wide, or should you wear like a Western cowboy boots from, let's say, Saint Laurent? Or, you know, like you worry more about those finer details when you wear all black, when you limit yourself to only all black. These people, they also have to worry about accessory, you know, like if you're wearing all black, you can't be wearing like crazy red rings, blue rings, like crazy earrings, you know, because then like it'll be too distracting. So like most of the people that wear all black, they limit themselves to the color gold and silver, or to the material gold and silver, because like it fits better than, say, like a red ring from like a thrift store that you found for $3, you know. So because like that little accessory could distract you from this uniform singular black outfit. Like if I just wear an all black outfit and then I have like two crazy yellow earrings, like you'll pay attention to the yellow earring because that's what's sticking out. Our brain is very Like, okay, we're still animal, but for some reason, all of us have taken us out of the animal talk and like think we're more than an animal, but we're just a species, you know, like we're like every other animal on this earth. Like our brain is very robotic. So then like they pay attention more like, okay, so how many rings will I wear? How many necklaces will I wear? Will I wear a watch? Will I wear 2 watches? Will I wear some bracelet? Like these people pay attention more to the finer detail, whereas like let's say those hippie that you see in those hippie cafe, like they'll put on everything they own. 10 rings on one hand, 10 bracelets on one hand, crazy necklaces, earrings, you know, like crazy accessory, colorful eyewear, you know, stuff like that. Since it's like a lot of stimulant already, but when you add on these little accessory, it's not going to take away, but rather it's going to play into the colorful outfit. It could be clashing of color, but since the accessories are so small and like they're already wearing like a red and yellow coat, like you're going to focus on the red and yellow coat. You're not going to look into the finer detail of their accessories. My point is you can steer the attention span of a person looking at your outfit with colors more so than like with the finer details. People that wear colorful items, that wear colorful garments, they're able to afford to like worry less about the finer detail. There are way more people who are not into fashion than people are into fashion. Same concept applies to like there are a few amount of people who consider themselves be a foodie, but people like me like, dude, okay, as long as I get my money worth, like I don't care, just give me the sushi. Like you can bring me 3 sushi from 3 different places and I'll say, oh, it tastes like sushi. I'm that kind of person. My friends really hate me when I say these sort of things. But yeah, so 90% of the people alive on Earth, they will look at people wearing all black and like, oh, that person's lazy. But then the 10 people who pay attention, who are interested in fashion, they will look into that all black outfit and they look at the finer detail. They will look at the shoulder, they will look at the sleeve, they will look at the material, they will look at the cuts, like the way the pants sit on the boots, the way the pants sit on the sandal, whatever it is, you know. So it is considered. People that wear all black, it's not just lazily wearing it. It's they do consider things, but it's just different from people who wear colorful things. People that wear colorful things, they consider more of the color and how the color will clash with one another. People that wear all black, for people into fashion, second group that we talk about throughout this whole video is that they pay attention more to the finer details. So if you look at a black outfit on a fashionable person, you will see all the small detail, all the things that they have considered. You can look at the jewelry, accessory, whatever it is, like everything is considered. Another thing that I don't think the general public gets is that like we don't buy the clothes because it's black. Because if I had a choice, okay, let's look at this. Let's look at Walmart. No, Walmart is a US thing. Let's look at H&M and Rick Owen. If Rick Owen were to just release a black shirt and it costs $700 and it's the same shape as H&M, I would just go and get the H&M. So Rick Owens, like, it has to bring something new. Okay, let's use this instead. Let's use the knitwear, like the banana knit. You will not find the banana knit. You will not find that at H&M. If the banana knit isn't shaped like the banana knit and just it's a regular knitwear, I wouldn't want to spend $1,400 on this knitwear. Why would I? It just nothing new, nothing innovative about it is coming up. But look at the banana knit. There are multiple ways to wear this. There are multiple holes. There are multiple ways to style this. And then with a sweater from H&M, it's a conventional sweater. There's one way to wear it. You pull it over your head. That's it. But with the banana knit, there are multiple holes for your arm, for your head. Like there are so many ways to wear this banana knit, which is what makes it worth it. Like people that wear all black, we don't buy things just because they're black. We buy things because they're black and they're interesting. Like if I had a choice, I wouldn't buy, if like H&M were to release a similar jacket to the doll jacket, I would just get the doll jacket from H&M, but I know they won't do it because they can't. They don't have time to think of this crazy new shape that Rick and the team has like conquered up when they were designing for the collection, you know? So these designers that are designing all black, Yoji, Rick, CDG, well, CDG isn't designing all black anymore. Okay, so Yoji and Rick, they know that they need to bring something new to this black outfit. If it's just a bland black outfit, they know that their audience are not gonna buy it because like they're charging $1,000, $2,000. So like, why would you just get, like, why would you spend that money? You know what I mean? Like, I hope you know what I mean. I feel like I'm I'm over talking myself again. Okay, so now that we got the main talking point of this video out of the way, I would like to show you some of my black garments in my wardrobe and tell you more about the detail and show you why that it's not just a simple black boots, a simple black trouser, a simple black shirt, you know? Like, I want to show you the intricate detail of why I chose to have this in my closet. And obviously we already did a little bit with the doll jacket. Let's focus now on the Rick Owens trouser. So this is a trouser from Rick Owens. I will put up the runway, but as you can please tell, like, look at the material, like it's see-through. Now I will put a photo up of what the material for this trouser is, but the shape of it, it's crazy. It's high rise. Like, you can see that these trousers, like, the shape is new, everything is new. I'll put up the runway now. It's one of these trousers. We can look at my tabbies, you know, like, if you just look at it, if you look at it from afar, it's just a pair of black boots. But when you zoom in closer, you can see the cylinder heel, you can see the clip toe, you can see the way it's buttoned up to close up. It's not a zipper. Like, all these little details. You see the material, the bovine leather, it's incredibly soft, so you don't have to break it in. Whereas most leather boots, like for example Doc Martens, you have to break those in. It's very, very painful. With these, straight out of the box, I can wear it, no discomfort. Like, I can almost guarantee you that these Margiela tabby boots have more of a personality than a pair of boots that you can find at H&M or Zara. I can guarantee you that when you look closer into the finer detail. But when you look at these boots from afar, they just look like, oh, it's just black boots. Let's just get the Zara ones, $80. Why would I get the Margiela one for $1,000? Let's look at this shirt that I got from Totokayo, which is a store from New York that has been shut down. Anyway, sad story. Anyway, look at this shirt. Look at the way it's buttoned up. Look at the material. Look when you look closer into material, look at how crazy it is. Look at how the sleeve is. Like, it's a lot of crazy detail. It's not just like a shirt. It's very much a kimono-like thing, and when you look closer into the finer detail, you see that this is a different thing that you cannot get from H&M. When they designed this, they consider more of the finer detail over when H&M designed their garment. Anyway, yeah, I just want to bring a bit more nuances into this conversation and to defend people that wear all black. And I don't want this conversation to be black and white. I just want to bring more nuances into this conversation, and I hope I have achieved that. Thank you very much for watching.